Rueben Owens committed to Texas A&M, number one running back in the country, the guy we've been targeting for the last few years, the successor to Spiller and A-Chain in the Jimbo Fisher regime of running backs. He's the guy we really needed. And we've been talking about change of momentum from the LSU game to now. How that game alone changed the entire feel, temperature, whatever you want to call it, of the program. At least I could speak from where I'm coming from, and I'm a fairly plugged-in fan who pays attention to everything A&M does. It has felt a lot better since the LSU win, and this commitment is just another step towards that change of trajectory for the program, because as we know, the whole season we were going down, and I claimed that after that LSU win, it would be the start of a consistent upward trajectory. Rueben Owens fills a void that was forming within this Texas A&M roster. The announcement of A-Chain going pro a few days ago, LJ Johnson entering the transfer portal. You really only had two guys with any kind of experience. Crownover's there. He's been playing more of a fullback role. Looked really good in that fullback role, so you don't know how much running back he was even going to be playing. I think he's a great backup guy to have as a spell in the running back room, but it looks like he's going to be more focused on that fullback role, which he looks good in. So Rueben Owens is a guy that you could pencil in for instant impact. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but I have a feeling you're going to be seeing him on the field very early. And just, from 1,000 miles out looking in, I envision a 3 running back system of which we've never seen from Jimbo in his time here. It's always been 1 or 2 guys. More often it's been 1, but in the years of Spiller and A-Chain, it was 2. But before that, Travion, 1 running back system. After that, it looked like it was going to be the Jashawn Corbin show until he got hurt, and then it was the Spiller show. And then after that, it was Spiller, A-Chain, Spiller, A-Chain. Then last year, we went back to the feature back thing, A-Chain. And I think with 2 guys coming in with some experience in Daniels and Moss, when you get a guy with the pedigree of Rueben Owens, have you watched his tape yet? I'm not reacting to tapes yet until they sign. Once they sign, I'm going to react to some of these recruits' tapes. But if you've watched this guy's tape yet, he looks like a day 1 starter. I mean, he has the explosiveness and the speed with the size. The high schoolers had no chance. As soon as he had a glimpse of air, he's gone, if you look at his highlight reel. Average 11 yards a carry in high school throughout his career. So, yeah, this is the kind of guy you want to plug in right away after losing a guy like A-Chain. So, awesome development. We'll see what this momentum does for the recruiting class, because obviously there's a big Anthony Hill announcement we're waiting for. Bravion Rogers we're waiting for. Those are 2 of the bigger names. And then we'll see what else Jimbo can sprinkle into this class, because we're learning. We have the big picture now. It doesn't matter where A&M is in the landscape of college football win-loss wise. Jimbo's going to recruit, and Jimbo is going to close well. So say what you will about him in season coaching, whatever. I mean, we've talked about it so much. The man can recruit like a monster. He can recruit with the best of them. He must demand the most out of his staff to recruit with the best of them. He had just visited Rueben Owens. Rueben Owens had just visited A&M. I believe there was an in-home visit by Jimbo recently, but I know for sure Rueben Owens was at A&M very recently, and he got him. So look for the momentum to carry. The early signing is only a couple of weeks out now, and then all these portal guys are going to start signing too, or start declaring, what are we calling it? Committing? Yeah, we don't know the terminology yet, but they're going to be committing soon. So let's see this momentum carry over, because it's all been trending positive after such a terrible year. To bring in a little bit of negative spice, just to get us off our high horse a little bit, because we can't be getting too high and mighty here after just a commitment. We know how these things go. Chris Marshall announced for the transfer portal. Kind of a blow, but one that we somewhat expected. Had been in trouble with the team, probably the university, since a couple of incidents he was involved in. Really sucks personnel, team-wise, rotation-wise, depth-wise, roster-wise. But he was always in trouble, so, I mean, you take it for what it is. You lose that, but you also lose some good stuff, too. You like to believe that these young guys can learn and change over their tenure at your school, but it looks like that won't be done here at A&M. So, losing him, potentially losing Chase Lane, There's a little bit of a void in the wide receiver room. We don't know what Jalen Preston's going to do, and we know Jalen Preston's a reliable guy, a leader, but not really a game breaker. So right now in that wide receiver rotation, we have Evan, Moose. Hopefully they're locked in. I think Evan's locked in. I don't know about Moose. Moose was a guy I was a little bit worried about, but Evan, Moose, Noah Thomas, and I'm blanking on his name, Keith Brown. So those are the four real mainstays you have. Then you have Jalen Preston, Price's son, and that's kind of your main rotation that has seen the field thus far. But then you have a whole stable of great, promising tight ends, two of which have redshirt freshman status next year. So you're set there. So if you portal in one or two receivers, or if you get another receiver commitment, I think you're feeling pretty good. But you definitely want to start developing the back end of that rotation. Even though the starters are very young, injuries can hit you very fast. Aside from that, that's kind of the two hot topics that have come in. Longo from North Carolina has signed with Wisconsin as their new OC, so you can eliminate him from the A&M pool of potential future OCs. I did tweet this kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I'll leave the video with this. I tweeted this, and it was somewhat jokingly, but we all like to get our tinfoil hats on sometimes and think of conspiracies or read too much into things. Of course, we do that all the time on this channel. But I was thinking, how are we signing Rueben Owens or getting a commitment from Rueben Owens without an OC to say, hey, this is what we're going to be running, this is what we're going to be doing? So, glass half full, what if the OC is already pledged, but he's playing in a game very soon, potentially 2 games very soon, if you catch my drift? So that's just a little thought I had. Maybe they're selling the new OC pitch to Rueben Owens. Really liked what he heard because that guy had a really good year, and he has potentially 2 more games to coach out that he wouldn't want to miss committing to Texas A&M now. I think you know where I'm going with that. He's coaching now. 1 or 2 more games. But yeah, that's total conspiracy, Drew. There's no basis of reality there. That's just me grasping at straws, just having fun. We're having fun with it. So it either means that or Jimbo's just selling his own system, which is very running back friendly. I hope not. But guys, I'll leave you with that. If you can subscribe, all I do is just bring you stuff and analyze it, bring you the news, break it down, contextualize it. That's what we do here. We have a little fun with it. Just try to think of things from a fan lens and try to make sense of what we're seeing. Because as you know, with Aggie football and any college football program, we're only getting little puzzle pieces. We're not getting the big picture. So here, we just try to contextualize it. Give me your thoughts in the comments on how you think this recruiting class is going to go. Is this the step in the right direction? I think it obviously is, but how far will this step take us? And now that Longo's out of the OC search, who are you looking for? I don't think many of y'all were, calling for him. I think most of y'all were calling for Riley. So is there any merit in what I'm saying about that OC thing? I don't know, but it's fun to think about. So I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe, guys. I appreciate you guys. Gig 'em.